I found my first censored news article here in the UK. Censorship is here. It's here to stay. Stay tuned. I'm going to explain what I discovered. Hello Envy UK, it's Pete and welcome back to the channel for another little roundup of something that matters to me. I've just seen my first censored story here in the UK. So what I was doing was I was having a look at Ground News, which is a fantastic resource for news indeed. So I'm sitting there over the weekend, I'm having a scroll, I'm enjoying myself, I'm relaxing, seeing what news stories to have a look at. And I saw this one about Conor McGregor, he loses his appeal in a civil sex assault case. So here it is. Conor McGregor lost his civil jury appeal regarding a finding of sexual assault against a woman. 3 judges, you can read this yourself, just under €250,000 handed out in damages. So I thought, okay, well, I'll have a little look at that. I'll read down, scroll down, and while this works on Ground News is he gives you a list of news outlets that you can read the story from, depending on what way you prefer to read your news, whether it's to the left, whether it's to the right, or whether it's central and more factual. So that's what I did. So I clicked onto it, and this is what I got. Well, I've actually made this page up because I couldn't screenshot the page. Don't ask, just don't ask. Anyway, this is what it said. The content you are trying to view is restricted in your area. So what I did was I downloaded a VPN. I opened my VPN because I use one. I've used one for many years. I've used one for at the early stages of Bitcoin. And so I opened it up. I connected to America. And then I come back to the news story. I clicked it. And I could read it. So it's a definite censoring here in the UK of that particular story, which was about sexual assault. Then I thought to myself, oh, this is interesting. So what else are we going to be censored on? What is the government going to cramp down on? Because that was a story of a woman getting justice by a well-known MMA artist, Conor McGregor. And so actually that should that be censored? Is that going to cause mass unrest in the UK? The fact that a lady has found justice against a perpetrator, regardless of who it is? I don't think so. I think I want to know about that. I think I want to know when justice has been handed out, when it's been served. So there was a breaking story yesterday, and it's just sort of dribbling into the news today, so maybe I'll be breaking this. Well, I'm not breaking it, but I'm definitely reporting it. So it comes, and it's close to where I'm based here in the Midlands, Nuneaton. A couple of good friends live in Nuneaton, so I know the rub of the land there. This is not going to go down too well, where 2 asylum seekers, Afghan by nationality, Ahmed and Mohammed, which incidentally is the UK's most popular name this year, 2nd year on a row. So does this outline what is going to come in the future here in the UK? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about that. I'll be intrigued. Also, if you've not subscribed, as do 96% of you who watch the channel, hit the little subscribe button. It does help. It does help. So yeah, these 2 wrong-uns from Afghanistan, and I'm going to say that, wrong-uns, absolute wrong-uns, because an Afghani shot my brother in Afghanistan in war. So yeah, wrong-uns, mate. They were charged for kidnapping, strangling and raping a 12-year-old girl in Nuneaton. Seriously, what the fuck? What are we importing here? What are we allowing in the country? Is absolutely disgusting. You've got that happening in Nuneaton, which is literally 20 minutes away from my front door. You've got this Ethiopian 38-year-old in Epping at the Bell Hotel kissing and trying it on with a 12-year-old or a 14-year-old, I beg your pardon. You see, it doesn't matter what the age is. It's a kid. There's plenty of fish in the sea out there for you to get stuck into someone mutually. disgusting predators need to be deported immediately. Deport the lot of them. No violence. We don't need violence here. We've got law. Let's exercise it. Get rid of them. And get rid of the human rights lawyers with them as well. Chuck them on a return trip. So the Warwickshire police have come under fire for covering up this scandal, which is a scandal. They lent on the council to not release the ethnicity of the perpetrators, being Afghan and asylum seekers, in a hotel, free of charge, 3 meals a day, dental, doctors, entertainment, phones, tech. Yeah, living the life of Riley in a hotel. I'm sat here, still unemployed, looking for a job like Billy-O to try and feed my family, to try and keep my house, the one that I've spent my life grafting for, busting my arse, getting up and travelling around the country selling stuff to keep a roof over my kids' heads. And these freeloaders coming over here, getting everything. And now they're raping our children and our women. It's got to stop. It's got to end. When is the end? Who's looking after these kids? Oh, fucking dear. It's just the disaster Phillips. Absolute menace to society, a danger, a proper danger to children, in my opinion. In my opinion, she's reckless. This is the woman, let's not forget, last year, when the heat of the riots were happening in the UK, which is 1 year ago at the end of last week, 1 year, and then you had the MDF, which is a thing, the Muslim Defence Force, coming out across Birmingham, beating innocent people in pubs, ransacking areas. And what does this person say? Jess Phillips. She says, yeah, just let them police themselves. You know, the community leaders have it under control. No, they haven't. They're running riot around Birmingham. What are you doing, woman? Open your eyes, because we're seeing it and we don't believe you anymore. Anyway, she's gone down the Peter Kyle route of trying to tell anyone that objects to the online safety bill as a far-right sex pest, pedo, predator, whatever other word you want to put in there. They're throwing it at people who don't want it. Interestingly here, they try to go down the route of framing the narrative that if you don't support an online safety act, then you're on the side of predators, just said obviously. But if you, well, this is it. This is what they're saying. They're going to empower, they're going to have more ability to crack down on online pedos and actually more control over what they don't like being said online. That's exactly like this channel, which critiques anyone really. The government, I'm not precious on the government. I mean, they are literally just keeping me busy right now. But someone else can keep me busy. It could be anyone. It could be Nigel Farage. It could be Rupert Lowe. It could be Jeremy Corbyn. It could be anyone. If I see something that matters to me and it's causing me grief or a question mark, I'm going to talk about it, because I know there's people out there that probably think the same thing and want to hear, you know, that they're not alone, that it's okay to feel like this. We're in a democracy, which means you're not going to agree with everyone all of the time. So anyway, she's gone on the record to say that, you know, double down with Peter Kyle, that Farage is a racist, Farage is a sex pest, he's on the Jimmy Savile camp, which is an utter insult. Utter insult. So she quotes, "We need to ask," because she also piled on, here she goes, "white, working class boys. She don't want them either. So if you're like me, you're male, you're pale, you're stale. So you're white, you're midlife, you're 48, and you're British, and you're not disabled. No chance. Okay? You are literally the benchmark of polar opposite DEI." So she's now trying to swing the narrative to put blame onto children, teenage boys, about what's happening on the online abuse. No, Jess. No. Well, if you think for the second year on the row, the most popular kid's name is Mohammed, and now you've got an issue with boys, teenage boys, perpetrating girls online, do you not think that this is a little bit of a lead-in from the grooming gang scandals where groups of Pakistani men have, and still do, don't think this is finished, they're going around raping vulnerable, white, working class, young girls? And it's a disgrace and it's got to stop. Who's calling it out? No one. Sadiq Khan, you're a joke. Utter joke. Anyway, a Reform candidate has actually come out and said, in response to Labour, they are just desperately embarrassing themselves with these idiotic statements. And do you know what? I kind of agree. So for the last whip on this video, please leave a comment. Let me know exactly where you are on this sort of statement, where we're being censored now as to what we want to read, what we want to watch, what we want to talk about. Do subscribe. It means everything to me as a one-man citizen journalist machine. And if you want, share it. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video. That's Pete at MV UK.